Live in action. What's going on, family friends? Vincent Jr. here. Got my rock stars on the line, as you can see, for those of you guys who are here and ready to rock and roll here on this Saturday afternoon. I'm so excited for you guys because you could literally be doing anything else right now. And I have myself playing in the background again. Hold on really fast. Must have three things playing. You hear that?
Echo.
Echo. Hold on real quick. There it is. Boom. Perfect. Well, at least I know we're working now. All right, rock and roll. So you could be doing anything on your Saturday afternoon, and you guys are here with us, and so I really appreciate that. It shows a lot about your character as well for those of you guys who are along with us on this journey today, because usually these webinars, they get a little long. But we're going to try to keep it under an hour, which would be magical if that actually happens. So let me do this real quick. I think, there we go. We were stuck on Dominic over there. Now we're good. I had you clicked over there, so we're good to go now. All right, so if you guys can hear me and I'm coming through clear and you can see everybody on the screen below, go ahead and just comment pumped up over here on the right side for me. And I will be able to see if you guys are here and you can hear me and everything's coming through loud and clear. I just want to see it really fast. I know it's about a 10-second delay, but I always want to make sure that you guys can hear us good and you can see what is going on as we are rolling. Okay, pumped up, pumped up. I see you guys rocking and rolling. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. People are fired up, guys. I mean, there's just a little bit on the line here. I've been talking you guys up, so you know what I'm saying. You better deliver. No, I'm just kidding. So at the end of the day, guys, what I want you guys to understand first off, before we get into some of the training that we're going to provide for you guys today, I'm just going to be banging back and forth with these guys, just kind of giving some of the kind of pulling out the tips and the value that I know that they have with inside of them. But, first thing I want to do is make sure for those of you guys who are here with us, if you're brand new, if you want to see what we do and really the platform in which we have, and you're here with us live or you're watching the recording or the replay on this live event page, all you got to do at any single time of this presentation is that button below. As you can see, it says click here to get started right now. If you click that, it's going to open up in a new window, and the person that brought you here will be responsible for bringing you inside of our community. And so you're going to see what we have to offer. But what I want to do is give you a quick little rundown, quick little overview real quick, and then we are going to go through some of the awesome tips that these guys are going to bring you here. So let me go to my screen really quick, and if you guys can see my screen, do me a quick little favor, say I see it over on the right side, but I see we got this thing really popping and really rolling right here, which is really exciting. You guys are commenting like crazy. There we go. It looks good on my screen. So I want to make sure that you guys see it on your screen. So I see it. I see you guys. All right. Perfect. So it looks like we have 1,300 people listening in on this chat over here, which is pretty crazy. So especially for a Saturday, like I said, Saturday, you guys could be doing anything. And, at the end of the day, you guys are here. So I really appreciate you guys being here with us. But one more time, if you guys go ahead and click the button below this video, real fast. It says click here to get started right now. I just want to show you that if you click that, it's going to open up in a new window for you. And it's going to show a little presentation that gives you a little bit more information about what we do around here. And it's going to talk about our app and our system and, what we have. Really the reason why these guys are able to crush it with their businesses is we have a platform in which you can generate tons and tons and tons of leads for your current business. And then we also have an amazing affiliate program as well. But, like I said, if you were here before and you bookmarked this page, you would have been able to see this page. I explained that on the video before. So hopefully for those of you guys who are here, you've seen what we have to offer. I know I saw a lot of sales coming in already before this webinar started. So I saw a lot of you guys actually go there and take action before we even got this party started. So I appreciate you guys so much for doing that as well. So I just want to bring your attention to that really quick. Basically at the end of the day, once you get access to Online Sales Pro, you're going to get access to a full-on app for your phone, whether you have an Android or an iPhone, that is going to help you with your leads and really help you, understand how to communicate with those leads when they come in, because we have scripts and rebuttals and all kinds of amazing stuff as well. But then also you can make some great money sharing this app with other people, which is really cool. And then obviously, we have a lot of different things in the back office for you to be able to build websites, build pages, build everything that you need to really have your business succeed, or, have your Online Sales Pro business win as well. So that's really the exciting part that we have there as well. So let me just log in really fast for you guys, just to kind of show you what you get access to when you actually purchase Online Sales Pro. Nico, can you do me a quick favor and just mute yourself over there, boss?
Yeah.
Fast. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and log in real quick right here. Gracias, Nico. I'm going to log in right here. But basically, once you get access inside of Online Sales Pro right here, you're going to see that you'll have a full-on back office right here that's going to show you everything that you need to do. Basically, once you get started, you can come up here, click the affiliate training or the customer training, and you're going to be right on your way. Now, the customer training is for those of you guys who already have a current business and you just want to generate leads for your business. All of our affiliates on the line right here today with us have their own business as well, which is really cool. So they utilize our platform to crush it with their network marketing businesses. And then so most people, when they get access to our system, they usually get started with our affiliate training, which is up here on the top left. Once you click on that, you're going to see that we have literally step-by-step training for you guys to learn exactly what you need to do. See, a lot of people have questions like, what's going to happen once I get inside? How is it going to actually help me? Like, how do I go through the process? It's this simple. Literally, you click part 1, you watch the video. You click part 2, you watch the video. You click part 3, you watch the video, and you go through all of our training. It's just like going to a university or a college and things like that, but you're doing it from home, which is very cool, or your cell phone. So you do it on your own term and on your own time. And really the cool part about our system is that we have people come in here, learn our secrets, literally start making sales within their first 24 hours. And then we have people that come in here, take their time, do what they want to do, and just relax and just know that, hey, this is a long game, and they'll make sales in a couple, 3, 4, 5 months. Really just depends on how diligent you are and how quickly you watch the videos and take action. See, that's the reality. You know, a lot of people want to know how fast they're going to make money with our system, how fast they're going to generate leads. Well, it really comes down to how fast you go through the training and how quickly you implement exactly what we show you, okay? So, like I said, you really have everything that you need to succeed with our business. You know, every single thing that you could ever imagine. One of the cool features about our business as well is that you also can open up your own online store on the inside. So when you bring people inside of our system, you can come down here and actually open up your own store. You can put your own picture up here, your own name, your own emails, obviously your own Snapchats, Instagrams, Facebooks, all that good stuff. You can put your own video up here, and you can literally change out all of these to your own businesses on the inside as well, which is really cool. So what we try to do here really is, you know, make Online Sales Pro kind of the front end for any kind of business that you have. So once you bring people inside of the system, you can introduce them to all of the different profit centers or businesses that you have to offer. And so we teach you guys how to do that as well. One of the other things that we have on the inside after you get started is we also have MVP and VIP training. This is going to teach you some of the next level stuff. Really, you know, you can come in, make some sales on the first level, you know, learn some training on the first level, but it's like anything in life. When you go for your master's degree and your bachelor's degree and all that kind of thing, you got to go to that next level. That's really our MVP and our VIP options right there for you guys to learn the next level of training once you get access on the inside. And so you're going to see that we have a bunch of training for you back there as well once you upgrade to those levels. And so once you get on the inside, to upgrade to those levels, it's very simple. Down here on the bottom left, it says My OSP, and there's the buttons right there for VIP and MVP options for you guys as well. All right. And then for those of you guys who, you know, don't have a business, you want to come in, you want to start kind of dabbling a little bit with making some money on the internet. It's as simple as this, guys. Literally, we have an affiliate program dashboard right here on the back office. There's all these links right here that track back to you. So you get to look at all these links, see what makes most sense to you. And then once you share these links with other people and they come here and they purchase, then you earn the commissions and the credit for it. We give over 50% commission on anything that you sell with Online Sales Pro, which is cool. And the people that brought you here today, for example, right here, it says promote your OSP webinar. As you can see, I'm going to just scroll in just a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. But as you can see right there, promote your OSP webinar, all people did was take this link right here and they shared it through emails on Facebook, social medias, things like that. Boom. Once they shared that, you guys came literally right to this page that you're watching this webinar on right here and right now. And then boom, once you click the button below, bam, it tracks right back to you and you get the sales for the commission. So it's that simple. Like there's no products to sell as far as like, you know, having to buy and sell and doing all this stuff. Like there's no shipping. It's literally that simple. You literally share a link. If people sign up, you make the commission. It's that very simple. And you get paid via check or wire as well. Also, under the edit section right here, what I'm going to show you as well, we have a desktop software where you can build all your websites back here as well, which is really, really neat. Sorry about that. I've been sick over the last couple days, but basically at the end of the day right here, as you can see, we have a bunch of different templates. You guys can actually build out your own websites. Literally, you can come in here, you can drag drop, you can type in different things that you want to put in there. Literally, you can make this exactly what you want it to be for your business. I'm going to show you real simple, real quick. I'll just go ahead and click right here. But as you can see, you literally just click right here and you can change the text right there. You click right there, you can change the text right there. It's really that simple. I mean, you come in here, you click, you point, and you just add whatever you want, and you make websites. You click save up here on the top right. You click over here on the preview, and you have a website up and running. It's really that simple. And we teach you exactly how to do that, you know, in all of our training. You know, we have how-to and how-to videos back here on how to utilize the websites, how to set up the websites properly. Literally, you're not going to be lost when it comes to being in the back of our you know, system, because at the end of the day, we know that it really is an important thing for you to, you know, get up and running quickly. So we have all the video training that you could ever need. You don't need any hand holding. It's literally right here, ready to go, which is so nice for you guys as well. All right. Also, you have a lead section right here where all your leads will come in. You'll have rebuttals and scripts, and you'll know exactly what to say and how to say to them as well. So I see you guys going over there. On the right side, if somebody hasn't seen the webinar, I see some people don't see the webinar yet. They just need to refresh their page. Refresh your page. But I see you guys over there commenting like crazy. I appreciate all the engagement. Over there on the right side, just do me a favor, for those of you guys who are part of Online Sales Pro, just tell us how much you actually love Online Sales Pro on the right side. Just say it's awesome, say it's powerful, say it's whatever. You know, at the end of the day, you know, the people who are here who are brand new, they just probably want to know a little bit more about, you know, what people think. But obviously the guys on the line right here, you know, at the end of the day, they absolutely crush it. And that's what we're here for. We want to give you guys a little bit of value. We want to give you guys a little bit of training today and just kind of give you a little bit more mindset into, you know, what it really takes to win when it comes to utilizing, you know, online marketing, utilizing online, you know, programs and softwares and solutions. I see you guys over here absolutely going crazy. It's the best. Totally loving it. OSP rocks. OSP is a blessing in my life. It's easy and powerful. Totally sick. Best. You know, so as you guys can see, we have thousands and thousands of people that absolutely love our products. So just be checking out the comments. Make sure you guys keep commenting over there on the right side if you have any questions. I'm seeing you guys over there on the right side, you know, as I'm chatting with you guys. But what I want to do is I'm going to come back to the screen really quick. And your guys' comments are just absolutely flying. So I appreciate all of the engagement and interaction. You guys are awesome. So, you know, at the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to bring, you know, some attention to our guys that are on the line with us today. You know, basically what I want to do is we'll probably just start from the left to the right as far as this graphic goes over here. But what I want to do is, first off, I'm just going to bring Nick on board here real quick. But Nick, over the last month, has earned 60 grand. I've seen this kid for the last, I don't know, a couple years or so, really kind of put himself out there. It's really what's cool about these guys that are on the line today is they literally are exactly the way I was when I started. Like, it was all about, you know, people recognizing me from my content that I was pushing out there, mostly through Facebook, and then starting with the other social networks and things like that. And it's not like these guys have magic secrets you're going to find out. It really comes from the consistency in which they are pushing out content, so people start to really understand how much of a real person they are, how they're not going to be a fly-by-night person. See, if I can give you guys a little quick tip out there, you know, is the reason why these guys are on the panel today, and the reason why they're crushing it and doing so well, is because they are consistent in their marketing and consistent in their businesses. People see them do something literally on a daily basis. See, the realization of becoming an entrepreneur is a lot of people see the success and the results that happen, but they don't understand that the reason why these success and these results happen is because that person stayed consistent the entire time. If you guys have been around me for a while, you know, I always tell people to go to my Facebook and literally scroll back a few years, and you'll see where I didn't get, you know, hundreds of likes and comments. You know, I literally got a few. I got a couple comments and a few likes. Like, it just literally came from the reality of me always pushing out content to the world. And so Nick is really another guy that literally just has, I've seen him do this constantly, every single day, constantly give value to the world. But Nick, come on the line real quick. We're going to go through real fast, and then I'm going to come back to you in the mentality and what you guys actually do. But what do you think with, as far as Online Sales Pro, what has it helped you, especially for your primary businesses and putting yourself out there? Obviously, you earn a lot of commissions with us as a company as well. But what do you think Online Sales Pro really has done for you and your business and you know, your online marketing career, essentially?
Well, first and foremost, man, you know, I'm excited to be on with all you bosses, you know, all young entrepreneurs right here. So it's a true blessing. I'm, you know, been following you for a while, brother, back in the days, you know, when I first got started in the industry, seeing you crush these webinars. So it's amazing to be on this. And, I decided to get started with Online Sales Pro simply because, I saw the value in creating sales funnels. And I remember seeing all these gurus online, these people that were crushing it, bringing in like thousands of people into their business. And I was wondering, how is this possible? When I was first starting out, I was struggling to sponsor like one person in my business. And, we all know that we need new leads, we need new traffic, we need new sales in order to keep our business running, to keep it functioning. So when I saw this, I saw it as an absolute no-brainer, because most people, they're taught in the network marketing industry specifically, to go out there and to chase people, right? To go out there and hand out business cards, to go prospecting, and that stuff works, but it's brutal, man. It's brutal for most people, especially for someone like me. I'm a natural introvert. I'm not the type of guy that's going to go up to someone in a store and just start talking with them and, hand them a business card, get them to show up to an event, a meeting. I forced myself to do that stuff though, which is kind of funny, which was really, really, a good learning experience. But at the same time, when I saw these guys online that were crushing it, people like yourself and all the other guys on this right now, and I realized that, I could do this too. So I just started applying, the information, the back office, the training that you just showed everyone, started creating sales funnels, plugging my own videos into them to make it a little bit more personal when I was, creating content, and then just focused on driving as much traffic as possible through YouTube videos, man. So it's just been, it's been amazing. I've been with Online Sales Pro since early January, but things have taken off pretty far just through full immersion because, most people out there, they dabble, right? They think they can get started with the lottery ticket mentality and strike it rich overnight, or even, in a week for that matter. It takes time, it takes effort. No one said it's going to be easy, but it's worth it. Anything in life that is worthwhile takes time and effort. For anyone that wants to be a good basketball player, how do you become a good basketball player? Watching a million videos on YouTube about how to be a better basketball player, or getting on the court, practicing, getting in the gym, training nonstop and doing that. So, for me, it's just been full immersion, plugging in with the training and applying everything that I've learned in the back office.
How long, real quick, before we move on to the next one, how long have you been marketing online, do you think?
Since 2013. So for about 3 years now.
Yeah, that's crazy because like I didn't have any close to results the way that you have in that amount of time. Like my first 2 years, I barely even made any money. But my last 4 years, really, probably my last 4 or 5 years, I started making some money. But you do make 60 grand in a month. It's just, that's mind blowing. The coolest thing though nowadays with technology, what I've noticed when I was your guys' age, because Nick is 24, is that technology has advanced like crazy. Literally, when I was your age, bro, I was using HTML trying to build my web pages and stuff, man. Like it was just like a different world. I couldn't push a couple buttons and be rolling. So it's so cool how you guys are actually in there and implementing. What do you think as far as like when you very first started though? And you still put in a lot of effort. I see that all the time. But as far as like time, how much did you put in your first year, for example? Like how immersed did you get into the actual online world?
Oh man, it was nonstop. I literally burnt the boat. So I quit my job right up front, which I don't recommend people to do actually,
Right.
because I just put myself in that position where I was forced to win. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that plan B, because like Will Smith says, plan B distracts from plan A. So I was nonstop 24/7, man. Like I barely slept, I was on my computer, I was studying, I was learning, taking notes, practicing my craft, making videos and everything. And, while some people out there, I realize have full-time jobs, they don't have the ability to do that. If you dedicate, a few hours per day over time, you can learn and eventually get to the point where you understand it. But I wanted to compress time frames. I didn't want to have to wait like 5, 10 years before I was able to get crazy results. I wanted to do it within my first 5 years in the online world.
Exactly. And that's the same thing that I did. That's what I'm saying. I know all these guys probably the same boat, putting in that effort. Literally compressing time is really a huge thing that you guys out there want to think about, because I always talk to people about this. I'm like, you can either have the massive results within your first, 6 months or so, or you can stretch this thing out and you can have results 6 years from now. Really, it comes down to how much you compress the time. And I always tell people, there's times when I very first started where I didn't go to sleep for like a couple, 3 days. And then I was grinding out different things. And sometimes I'll still do, full 24-hour, 48-hour situations where I'm building a sales funnel or a sales video, because instead of me knocking out 48 hours over the course of a week or 2 weeks, I do it in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's so cool. My life is where I work really diligently, probably 3 or 4 months out of the year. And the rest of the time, I'm kind of just chilling and relaxing, letting my stuff do it. It's because I compress time. I don't like to drag out my time. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what all these guys do, I bet. So Nick, I mean, you compress time all the time, like you just said. And so that's what I want you guys to know out there before you join Click to get started. Don't think you're going to, put in an hour a week or something like that and magically start making 60 grand in a month like Nick did. He put in the effort now, back in the day to earn those results that he has now. So awesome stuff. I'm going to come back around to you, Nick, here in a second. But let's move on over here to Josh. He's next in line. Josh is only 18. I said, how old are you, Josh? He goes, I'm 18 and a half. I said, dude, 18 and a half. That's ridiculous, bro. And you made last month, you did $14,000. He's got several different things that he does as well. But what do you think, Josh, real quick, what has Online Sales Pro done for your business and, kind of like the whole, value that we kind of give it to you, with this product and the software and the solution? What does it help you do, man?
So personally, when I first got started with Online Sales Pro, it was actually back when I was an MLM, traditional network marketing. And I actually started using the app at first to help me get online leads and to, try to get more sales into my MLM. And then I kind of started learning about, the affiliate training, checking that out. And I found out that I can make more money with the Online Sales Pro, affiliate program than my actual MLM. And that's when I kind of started, really like learning. And like Nick said, staying up late, watching videos, really just trying to learn the system, how to become great at it. My first month, I only made, $80. I see some people complaining because they might not get the results they want, every single month or as soon as possible. But I mean, last month, I made just under $4,500 with Online Sales Pro. So, some people might go make a few hundred their first day. Some people, might make a few hundred, a few months later. It kind of depends on like what you said, how fast you want to take it, how much progress and how, productive you are with it. And then with Online Sales Pro, I've been able to use it, for digital altitude. I know a lot of you guys watching this right now have also, and also other affiliate programs. So, this system right here has probably generated me probably like 3,000-4,000 leads, just into my other businesses. I've been able to use it for my own personal company, the funnels. And what really sold me on Online Sales Pro was the app. When I first got introduced to it, and I really wasn't sure what it was, like a lot of people might be here today. But when I saw that this app, I was like, I wasn't skeptical at all. I was like, if it's on the App Store, it's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Apple wouldn't, and Google Play wouldn't approve something that obviously didn't work. And so I downloaded the app, sound, and just kept working at it, just kept grinding at it and learning. I actually used to watch a lot of Nick Anderson's videos when I first started.
That's dope.
Yeah, I learned a lot from him, and it's a great feeling to be able to be on a webinar with all your other top guys and stuff like that. And I used to look up to you guys not even just a few months ago, but definitely Online Sales Pro has changed the game. It's changed my business, and probably 90% of my online success is from Online Sales Pro.
That's so cool, and like what you said, and a lot of people out there they don't realize. Most companies you get in and it's kind of training and it's this and it's that, and they don't really see like a physical product, which is tough to understand. And so we don't have a physical product here, but we have an app, which is like a game changer. You know what I'm saying? No other systems out there, and that are in our industry have an app that connects to their software. So that's like one of the main reasons why people actually understand what we do here. But like Josh said, what's so cool is that he earned $4,500 with us, and then the rest of the money came from the leads that he produced through utilizing our software. It's the same thing that happened with Nick. I think Nick, you were at like 7,000 last month with us, and then the rest of it came from the leads that he produced with his other businesses. And so that's what's so cool about the same thing as with all the guys on the line. And so that's what's nice about our platform is not only can you make some great money with us, right, but it's really a tool for you guys to crush it with your other businesses. We have funnels and solutions for every, we're starting to really build funnels for every other company that's really rising out there right now on the inside. So you come in and plug in, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But Josh, I'm going to run back around to you guys here in a second. But yeah, that was awesome, brother. So Nick, I'm going to move on to you. Nico, my bad. Nico earned $12,000 last month utilizing Online Sales Pro with his current businesses. And so, Nico, what has Online Sales Pro done for your marketing and your online businesses?
Well, really the capture pages really got me initially. And then, afterwards I started getting, I started getting a bunch of emails from Nick Anderson. I asked him, how is he doing it? Where did he, start, how did he get into that email marketing? And he told me Online Sales Pro. So it really opened my eyes to, basically just email marketing and staying consistent in your follow-ups, because Nick was really following up with me every other day or every day. And, he eventually got me to join. I thought he was spamming me, but Um, but you know, his consistency, and you know, I saw his videos. I always watched his videos. He got me really inspired into really, you know, giving it a shot. So, you know, I eventually got into, you know, I built my capture pages, you know, started building up my email, and you know, constantly started following up with all my leads that I built from Online Sales Pro. And you know, that really boosted. I was originally getting about 10 to 20 sales in my MCA business, which was probably about 1,000 to 1,500. And then I started using Online Sales Pro, and my commission started going to about 2,000 plus with my MCA business. And I started sharing the app, and people saw the value in the Online Sales Pro app. And I started promoting Online Sales Pro as well. And I was able to make 4,900, I believe, last month with Online Sales Pro as well.
And you're talking about with MCA, you guys get paid weekly too, don't you, or something like that?
Yeah, we get paid weekly.
That's it.
So
it basically enhanced everything. So not only did it enhance your MCA business, then it started, you know, Online Sales Pro started paying you a bunch too, which is nice. So that's cool. It's like a little double thing. But going back to that really quick, what you said, I'm getting a little quick echo on you for some reason, Nico. Yeah. We just do this real fast. But going back to what Nico said really quick is he saw Nick Anderson doing, you know, emails and sending, you know, follow-ups and videos and stuff. It's like you got to put yourself out there. And then you see Nico, if you go to his Facebooks and things like that, he's always out there doing his thing. And so that's really the one thing that he said that is really huge is consistency is everything. I mean, you have to stay consistent no matter what. So none of you guys are going to join and not do anything and not understand what to actually do. These people are out there. They're not, you know, it's like a lot of people look at online marketing as like, you know, numbers on a screen or whatever. You know, they see an Excel file, they see an email list, but the reality is it's real people. You guys watching this right now, you're real people trying to understand if this is something that you want to utilize for your business moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, realize that you aren't going to get inside of this thing and just, you know, be able to hide behind the screen as far as like, you know, not doing anything. You know what I mean? Like you have to stay consistent, put yourself out there and show those leads that come in that you're actually somebody that's going to be there for them. We obviously help you guys and things like that when you're new and you don't really understand, you know, a lot of the stuff. You know, we have these webinars for a reason where you can invite people on. So we do the selling and telling for you. But the reality is if you want to move to that next level, if you want to be one of these top affiliates, you got to put yourself out there a little bit as well. So Nico, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back and talk to these guys a little bit about their mindset because consistency comes from something else, right? It doesn't just magically happen. And so, you know, one of the realities is I'm excited to kind of dive into what their minds think on a daily basis. So basically, let's roll over to Dominic real fast. And let's see over here. Go ahead and unmute yourself and make sure we can hear you. There we go. It looks like we're good to go. So Dominic, Nico, by the way, is 24 years old. But now Dominic is actually my age at 31 years old. And he just told me, and nobody even knows this, he's a freaking PE teacher. How cool is that? You know, it's like a PE teacher making $6 grand on the internet is mind blowing. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. There's probably no other PE teachers that have done that before. So that's really one of the coolest things as well. But like I've seen with these guys, Dominic's always putting himself out there on Facebook, always, you know, showing the results, always just really being consistent in his business. So one of the main things that all of you guys who are watching this today that you need to really come back with, you know, and really hold on to from this webinar, I promise you, is consistency. You know, every single one of my top students that I've ever had have always stayed consistent, just like I have. Okay. It's really the name of the game. But Dominic, what do you think, man? Dominic's also an MCA as well, does very well in that. What do you think as far as how did you find Online Sales Pro? Like Nico found it through Nick, but how did you find Online Sales Pro? And then how much has it helped your business? And then how, obviously you made a bunch of commissions in Online Sales Pro last month as well.
Yeah, man. I actually joined through Nico. I saw Nico promote Online Sales Pro, and you know, success leaves clues, man. I really look up to Nico. I look up to, you know, all you guys, and I'm very honored to be on this call right now. But you know, just been grinding out. I think leverage is the big thing with Online Sales Pro. It's so much leverage inside of it, as far as the training videos. When I saw Igor back there in the back office, as far as, you know, the list building secrets, I knew right there that, you know, this is like next level, because I followed Igor like 2 years ago and whatnot. But this is really next level stuff, man. It's just so much leverage inside this company. I'm not just talking about the residual income, definitely great, but you know, Tuesdays and Thursdays you have the you know, the lead generation and the mindset call with Grady, and you know, it's just so much. I can't tell you that, you know, I've been, you know, just trying to get more people into online sales pro because of the fact it's where I believe that people need to be when it comes to you know, internet marketing and stuff. This is where people need to learn. People need to learn how to build that email list, and I wasn't doing that before online sales pro.
You were
Man,
just out there. Yeah, you didn't
yeah, I
build
was just
yeah, didn't
right,
build nothing, huh?
right. You know, I'm just, you know, I like, you know, following up through, you know, Messenger and all that stuff. But you know, AWeber and stuff. You know, I linked all that stuff. My list is growing. You know, I just can't wait till my list grow to like 50,000, 100,000 people, because you know, that's true leverage right there. You know.
Exactly. Building your asset up. And like you said, you know, one of the things is once you guys get inside and access Online Sales Pro, like you said, man, it's like we have so much value back there to offer you guys in real training. You know, a lot of stuff is filler and fluff in this day and age. And if you've been around, like you said, you've seen Igor a couple of years ago, you've been around long enough then, Dominic, to understand that there's a lot of junk out here, you know, a lot of junk on the internet saying that they're going to help you, but there's not real value in the back end. And so, you know, we have, you know, training calls, we have training videos, we got training everything for you guys back there to really come in and crush it. And one of the main things you just said, Dominic, was that you got to start building your guys' email list out there. Otherwise, you're going to be literally like everybody else out here running around like a chicken with your head cut off, going from literally home to home, city to city, state to state, messaging to messaging. It's like really the reality is once you start building that email list and that asset, you can take that wherever you want to go and always crush it. So over the first like four or 5 years of my career, because that's what I started to understand. I built an email list up over 100,000 people. So once I built that many people onto my email list, I literally could go to any company that I wanted to and crush it, because those are the people that I was really giving the value to, really constantly following up with, really showing them that I was going to give them the value that they needed to succeed with the internet. And so what's so cool about this is that nobody even knows about this kind of stuff yet. You just talked about an email list. Really, if you talk to most business owners, 99.9% of them, they're going to have no clue that an email list is really their most valuable asset to literally remarket and follow up, because your email list and your customers are your best people for you to get more revenue out of, because you're the one giving them value to them. And so you guys are going to come in here and learn how to build an email list, which is going to become your #1 asset as well. So Dominic, that was fantastic, brother. I mean, really, the reality is we're getting nuggets as I just kind of asked you guys a little bit about Online Sales Pro. So I'm going to come back around one more time through everybody, and I want to get some mindset stuff from you guys. Like, why do you think, start thinking about this, guys, but why do you think that you stay consistent in your business? I'll just tell you guys my quick story for one. Is when I was 27 years old, I'm 31 now, my girl got pregnant and there was a baby coming. And so that really got me to stay consistent no matter if I wanted to or not, because the reality for me was that I was no longer working for myself. I had to, you know, provide for another being essentially, right? And so my little baby girl came a year later after that. But that whole year is when I first started thinking to myself, it's time to grind. It's time to put myself out there and create something that will provide for this baby that's coming. So that was really my main like drive and focus in the beginning. Like these guys that don't have kids, like Nick and Josh, it's like, it's crazy to me. It's like, I don't know where they get the drive from without having, you know, something where they're kind of screwed in a situation if they don't have money. You know what I'm saying? You got that inner drive. So I'm curious to see, you know, where it comes from, but a little, you know, that's kind of one of the main driving forces for me. And then once I started to build up a customer list and an email list, and I started seeing other people's stories, where they're coming from, you know, that's the reality of what happened to me. Like I started to see that, you know, I needed to do something even beyond just my own family. Like when I heard about people's stories and they would utilize my training and start to have success, and they were finally able to get ahead, they were paying off credit cards, they were, you know, being able to, you know, finally take their kids on vacation, finally do these things that they've always wanted to do, then it came more of a purpose-driven thing for me. Like, because at the end of the day, you guys got to think, like, when you die, what are people going to remember you by? They're not going to remember you by how much money you made. They're going to remember you by how much of a difference and impact that you actually made. And so that's the reality of what I started thinking about as I was growing through my entrepreneur lifestyle, right? Or whatever you want to call it, is that I started to think about the end of my life. I started to really put myself in the future of what is my impact? What's my end goal? Like, what is the vision of which I want people to remember me by? And so that's why I stay consistent nowadays in my business, because, you know, my business is now set up to where I have all these streams of income. Everything's pretty much automated and leveraged, where I don't really need to be doing anything much really anymore. Maybe show up here and there or whatever. But the reality is, like, I want to move faster and I want to grow bigger, because I know that's more impact and more people's, you know, situations that I can actually help and assist, right, and get them to that lifestyle that they want. And so that's why I constantly put myself out there. And, you know, I'm always wanting to know the latest and greatest stuff, just because it's fun for me. Like, it's really one of those things in my life where, you know, I don't wake up every day going dreading what I need to do. I wake up and I'm excited, I'm pumped up, because I'm excited to learn something new in my business, right? Because online marketing is always changing and shifting, which is really, really fun. And so you're always seeing something exciting every single day if you plug in and you're actually looking for it. And so that's really one of the main reasons why I stay consistent in my business. But let's move on to Nick real quick. Nick, what do you think is the reason why you wake up every single day and grind this thing out and make it happen? Like, what's the reason for you, brother?
Well, there's a few different reasons for that. Number one, I believe the reason why most people, they struggle to stay motivated is because they lack a chief aim. They lack a vision. And in the Bible, it says where there is no vision, the people will perish. And if you don't have a vision, if you don't know what you want out of this, you don't see yourself in the future living that dream lifestyle with you and your family, being able to travel the world, you know, give back to those that are less fortunate, whatever your goals and your dreams are. If you don't see that in your mind crystal clear, as if it's already happened, then you're going to lack motivation. So it's a combination of seeing the dream lifestyle, but also it's creating a nightmare for myself of what would happen if this didn't work for me. And what I saw in society is over 80% of people out there hate their jobs. When I used to work for corporate America, I hated every second of it, man. You know, I felt like it was draining my soul, you know, and I understand that there's people out there that work jobs that they love. I'm not here to down on those, but if you don't make this work, what is your life going to look like? You know, they say entrepreneurs, they'll work hard for 3 to 5 years of their life so they don't have to work for the rest of their life. You know, in the beginning, I was hustling hard. I was grinding because I saw, you know, the freedom down the road, what it could provide, not only me, but for my family and my future family. So it's a combination of that vision, you know, and that lifestyle of what would happen if this didn't work. But on top of that, man, you know, it's just being able to have that strong, deep-seated why. You know, why are you really doing this? Because a lot of people, when I talk with them and I do coaching calls, I ask them, you know, why are you in this business? And they tell me, well, I want to make money. And if that's their motivation, if that's their goal, they're going to burn themselves out within the first 12 months or sooner. And so I say, okay, well, how much do you want to make per month? You know, okay, so what is that going to give you that you don't have now? And why do you want to do that, right? So then that's when you get to the deep-seated motivation for people. You know, a lot of people, they want to retire their parents, right? They want to provide a better future for their family. They want to travel the world. You know, they want to give back to those that are less fortunate. So if you have those things right there, that'll keep you motivated on a daily basis. That'll motivate you to hustle, to grind nonstop. If you don't have those, then that's where you're going to kind of be stuck wondering, you know, like, is this going to be the right thing for me? You're going to constantly be questioning yourself. So, you know, you just want to be able to build those up, to be able to build the belief in yourself. And once you have that belief in yourself and your mission, your vision, then that belief and that confidence is going to shine through in your content, in your videos, on social media, and that's what's going to attract other people to you to build your business.
I just got a good question while you were talking. Somebody said, what do I post to give value? So you're freaking awesome at this and hilarious sometimes. But what it give, I'll let you answer that. I'll let you guys kind of take some of these questions, but what do you post to give value, Nick?
Well, what I do is I identified my target market of the people that would be perfect for the business that I'm marketing. And then I do problem solution type marketing. So basically what I've done is I have my notebook, it's over on the table over there, but it has a list of all of the problems that my target market has. So for example, people within, you know, businesses, network marketing specifically, they struggle with recruiting, you know, they struggle with generating leads, they struggle with retention, you know, dealing with social approval, getting negative feedback, rejections from other people. And so when I create content, what I do is I pick a specific problem that I want to either make a Facebook post, a video about, you know, an Instagram post, and I will talk about that problem so it speaks directly to that person. And then I'll show them a solution to that problem and then give a call to action to lead them to my business. So when you do that, people appreciate you a lot more for it, because when you help people solve their problems, like Zig Ziglar says, if you help enough people get what they want, everything that you want is going to come by default.
Nice, nice. That's perfect. So you look for the problems and you solve them essentially.
I mean, it's
You know?
that simple. It's like there's no reason to overcomplicate it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that happens too for those of you guys who are asking questions like that. That happens too after you start training and really plugging in. You'll start to get those problems, you know, and those questions that people will bring to you, and you'll be like, "Oh, wow, this is easy to overcome." And then boom, shoot a video, you know, shoot a little, you know, Facebook message, shoot a little Instagram picture that overcomes those problems, things like that. Like the reality is, if you put yourself out here enough, you're going to get a lot of, you know, feedback from the field or whatever you want to call it, and you're going to be able to overcome those problems. And what we've always done is just, you know, overcome those situations by putting out videos, putting out content just like this. We just answered that question on a video right here on a live webinar. So you have to just kind of put yourself out there to get those questions even coming in. So good stuff, Nick. Basically, at the end of the day, Nick had said some good stuff when it comes down to figuring out what your why is. It's one of the most basic principles, but one of the most powerful principles if you don't actually start to think about that. You know, what why you are actually here on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your purpose? And so start thinking about that end game. Start looking a little bit deeper into the future. So good stuff, Nick. Good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna move over in here to let's go over here to Josh. Josh, plug in real quick, but basically same thing. Josh, what is the deal? Why especially, shoot, I wasn't even thinking about a business at your age. But why at 18 and a half years old are you driven to create an online business, or why are you driven to wake up every single day and plug into this stuff?
Well, man, I always had, you know, an entrepreneur mindset since I was young. You know, I always wanted, you know, I always saw, you know, celebrities, you know, rich people living that type of lifestyle, you know, not having to wake up, you know, early and go to work and stuff like that. And I was always motivated by things like that. And, you know, I'm only 18, so I only had one job in my life. And I was 16. I worked under the table just with one of my dad's friends' companies, just doing like some construction work. And man, I'm gonna tell you, it's hard work, you know, freaking getting my hands dirty. And I'll tell you what, I do not like getting my hands dirty, you know, to make money. I was working anywhere between, you know, 8 to 10 hour shifts. And, you know, yeah, I was making some money, but even at the end of the week, you know, when I get paid, it's still not enough money to do what I want to do. And it just wasn't really worth it for me. I got involved with the MLM about a year ago. And kind of to answer your question earlier about consistency, my first month I made about $5,000 in an MLM. Next month made about 6, about 4. And then my income started dropping lower and lower, you know, with traditional MLM. And, you know, I was trying hard, like as hard as I can, you know, grinding, waking up early, you know, hundreds and hundreds of phone calls daily, you know, hundreds of text messages, hundreds of emails, you know, just trying to do whatever I can do to, you know, to retain my team. It got hard. And, you know, long story short, you know, I wasn't able to, you know, succeed in MLM. You know, I wasn't as consistent as I was in the beginning. I got too comfortable and, you know, my income started to drop. And I've seen, you know, other people, you know, make 6-figure incomes online, or not even online, but traditional MLM. And then all of a sudden their income just drops because they're not staying consistent. So when I got introduced to online business, you know, I realized that, you know, consistency is key. And like I said earlier, you know, I watched a lot of Nick's stuff when I first got started. You know, for me, I'm the type of person that if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all out. I'm not going to, you know, go half in. I'm not going to do it a little bit. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to be good at it. So, you know, one of my mentors always told me, he's like, do what I do, say what I say, and you'll get what I get. So I kind of applied that same tactic to here. So for a lot of you guys watching this right now, you know, do what Vincent does, do what Nick does, do what Nico does, do what Dominic does, do what I do, you know, say the same exact things, make the same type of post, and you're going to get the same exact results. You know, it's just common sense. Like I said, another thing that's driven me, you know, I'm a full-time college student right now. And I'm doing this on the side, you know, making, you know, 6 figures as a full-time college student. You know, a lot of the kids at my school, you know, they ask me, why are you even in school? And, you know, and that kind of motivates me even more. You know, I want to make a certain amount, you know, before I decide, you know, college is for me or not. But I realize, you know, you don't have to go to college for 4 years to be able to make a lot of money. You know, some people go to college, you know, 4 to 8 years to make, you know, what a lot of us young people are making online, you know, in a few months. So it is possible. You just gotta be consistent. You gotta be driven. You gotta be hungry. You know, kind of like Nick earlier when he said, you know, when I first got started, you know, there's many nights where I didn't sleep. You know, there's still many nights I don't sleep, and it's because I'm working. And, you know, I see the long-term goal. You know, I have a lot of people. I actually had one guy get started with OSP one time, and within 30 minutes, he canceled. I said, why'd you cancel? And he said, because the money just didn't start flowing in. So you can't have that type of mindset. You have to be willing to put in what it takes. You know, if you have that mindset when it comes to online marketing, that you're going to quit, you know, after a month, after 2 months, after a few weeks because you're not getting the results that you have, you're going to take that over to anything. You know, if you're failing one class at school, you're probably not going to drop out. You know, if you have one bad day at work, you're not going to quit your job. You know, if you get an argument with your spouse or your kids, you're not just going to leave them. So don't do the same thing when it comes, you know, to your business. This is your business. This is your company. You know, you're an affiliate for it. So go all out. You know, get the results that you want. But you have to figure out, you know, your why, what drives you. And, you know, as for me, I want to have time freedom. I want to travel. You know, I want to have nice things. And that kind of drives me. And seeing other people that, you know, with success, you know, similar to my age, there's other people online, that makes me know it's possible. You know, if Nick can make 60 grand in 1 month, I have no doubt in my mind within the next few months I can do the same thing. You know, Vincent Ortega can make hundreds of thousands each month. I have no doubt in my mind that I can do the same thing. But, you know, first you got to believe. I think I saw one of the comments, you know, you have to have your why before you have your how. And once you have that, I think that's what will really help you stay driven.
Nice. Somebody said, everybody's like, oh, to be young again. So, because it's some fun, but somebody said, do you think this will work for older people? And it's what's so hilarious and what I'm enjoying so much is before all these rock stars came into my life, like these younger guys or whatever, you know, my target market and the people that followed me were really 40 plus years old, 40 to 60. And just because I couldn't find any driven young guys, like people, you know, because most, you know, especially like, you know, if Josh is going to school, you know, with these guys, the first thing on their mind for the weekend is how, you know, screwed up can they go get on the weekend? You know, where can they go club? Where can they do this, do that? You know, because I know, shoot, when I was in college, you know, at 12 o'clock right now, I probably wouldn't be awake right now because yesterday I would have got so screwed up. So it's really inspiring to see some young guys that are, you know, really more motivated about their life and their future versus, you know, how screwed up they can get the night before. And so, you know, at the end of the day, for those of you guys who are out there a little bit older who are listening to this, just know that, you know, most of the, I would say 50 to 60% of the people that are in our actual program are probably 40 plus years old. So yeah, definitely, at the end of the day, it's definitely a program that will help no matter what your age is. But you know, what you said, Josh, was so powerful. At the end of the day, it's like you know, when you say that literally, if you just copy other people, essentially, you're going to have the results that they have. You know, if you do what they do, you're going to get what they get or whatever you said. And so it's that simple, though. Like that's what I did when I was your age. But for some reason, people try to complicate the process. Is there something that you do, Josh, with any of your, you know, team or whatever that helps them get back on the level of just constantly staying consistent versus like, you know, trying to do all these different things? Is there something that you guide them by?
But real quick to touch up on the age, for people asking about age and stuff like that. To be completely honest, I like working with older people when it comes to online businesses because older people, you know, they've been around a longer time. You know, they know how business works. You know, they're not skeptical. They're not young. They're not, you know, thinking all of these crazy things. You know, I feel like older people a lot of times, you know, they have their priorities straight. You know, they know what they want to do with their lives and they're willing to put in the work to get the results. You know, like you said, a lot of younger people. You know, I'm actually in a college fraternity, and you know, nobody, you know, sorry to say, but not a lot of people, you know, at my school or just anywhere in college, you know, are on that same level. You know, it's more about, you know, what's happening right now. What's the funnest thing right now instead of, you know, what's going to pay off, you know, years from now. But back to what you're saying. So actually my first month when I was in OSP, when I only made $80, I originally made a few $100s, but I was so focused on myself and so focused on my success that I wasn't helping, you know, my team. I wasn't helping other people get the results they wanted. You know, I was still kind of new to it. Kind of marketing and audience I really, you know, could take advantage of this or really, you know, had the mindset, you know, where it needed to be. So I had these people cancel, and I was at the point where I was like, man, like if this many people are going to cancel, you know, more people canceling, more money I'm losing than making. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. But then I realized, you know, if I want to be successful, I got to help other people get success. And so what I started doing my second and third month in the business was actually, you know, sharing my exact strategies that I've been using. You know, teaching people how to market, you know, telling them what exactly to do. You know, I started building, so I didn't have an email list my first month at all. I didn't even really know what email marketing was. You know, my second month, I built an email list, you know, started, you know, just blasting value and teaching other people how to create results. Next thing you know, within not even a few weeks of people getting started, people were sending me messages like, hey man, I'm making money. You know, I just made my first $150 sale. You know, I just made 20 bucks. And, you know, I would say about 80% of the people that, you know, were joining were just getting massive results super fast. My second month, so my first month, I probably had about 7 or 8 people, you know, quit on me. My second month, I had 0 people quit. which is, I was mind blown. But because y'all was helping people get results, people are getting, they're staying. So I think that's a key for you guys when you focus on helping other people, like you guys said earlier, when you focus on helping people get what they want, you're ultimately going to be successful.
Heck yeah. All right. Fantastic. Josh, you're killing it, brother. It's crazy. I don't even know how you talk like that at that age. It's nuts. I'd have been like, see what happened was. But man, that's awesome. It's good stuff, brother. All right. So we're gonna keep rolling on through. About to pump through this. I can't believe it's already been an hour. This is insane. So Nico, you there, boss? Let me see if you're over there. I just see your screen right now. I don't know if you went and took a little kid break real fast. Let's see. All right, we might move over to Dominic. Dominic, you around, boss? See if you're there. Oh, here comes Nico. Okay, cool. There you are. I didn't know if your kid started yelling at you or something. It's all good. Yeah, but man, same question, that I asked everybody. What's the deal, man? I know you have a kid. I don't know if you're the same drive as me for that, but what's the deal? Why have you stayed consistent in your business? Like, why do you wake up every single day and put in that effort, put in that time to actually have the results that you have?
Well, originally there's a few different things, but originally, right when I first started, I had I was working about 2 jobs, putting in about 50 plus hours a week, probably working from like 4 in the morning to about 8 at night. And, I hated it. I was just work and sleep. I don't know how people could do that. But, I was doing it for probably, a few months, and I hated it. And I was trying to figure out a way to get out of there. I knew there was ways to get out of there. I saw people making money online, but, I was a little skeptical about it. But, eventually, why not just give it a shot, because I really had nothing to lose. And, I found out I had a baby coming on the way. So, that just pretty much pushed me. I was like, I only have about like 60, 70 bucks to my bank, but they scam me well, so.
Go for
it. So I joined up, and, I always wanted the finer things in life. I always wanted to drive, I saw people out there with the Mercedes, the BMW, big fancy houses and all that. And I wanted it. I knew getting like a $1 raise per year, wasn't going to get me there at a job, so I had to, commissions and, profits are the way to go rather than wages, because you control your commissions and your profits. And, as long as you put in the work, you're going to get, what you really deserve, rather than, working at a job. And, I started making money. I started making enough money to make me a living from home, but I wasn't making that life-changing money yet. So, I kept on seeing everybody, when I was an MCA, making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, driving all these fancy cars, videos and all that. And, that just motivated me, because I wanted that lifestyle, for me as well, for me and my family as well. So, I stayed consistent, put in the work. You really have to have good image online, because people, they need that you sell people by your image. It really takes image, consistency and looking at you. If you don't have the prospects coming in, looking at you, you're really just, you don't have nobody to sell to. So, you need to stay consistent with that.
One question that came through, which you're obviously good at this too. Everybody on this is good at this. But they said, what if you're not good at promoting and writing? And obviously I see you on there posting every single day. Where do you come up with all this stuff? Like, actually real quick, one quick question. I'm kind of curious. How long ago did you join, network marketing in general, like MCA or whatever? Like, how long ago was that?
It was about 3 years ago now.
So you've been putting in some time and effort. So that's why you're good at it. In my opinion, that's probably why you're good at it. But what do you think? Like, then a lot of people, they're coming in, they're like, what do I say? I don't know how to type. I don't know how to talk. What do I do? Like, you had to start from somewhere, right? Or like, what's your secret? Even though I know there's not. It's time. But
well, like Josh said, I kind of like copied, what the top earners would do. I kind of saw they were putting a lot of motivational quotes out there, starting to like shift the way people think from, the way they look at their 9 to 5. I was basically getting some posts off Instagram as well. You Google hashtags, motivational quotes and all that stuff.
That's awesome. Actually, now that I think about it, that's how I started. I used like Will Smith quotes and all kinds of stuff too as well. Like I searched images and posted those. Yeah, man. And then so what happens? Like there's a point in which you start to realize that you can start saying it yourself, right? You can start doing your own.
Yeah, it eventually just, just came, just comes to you. You start, you know, you get that mindset. So, you know, eventually those quotes just, you start inventing the quotes, you know, I guess.
Yeah, you embody it because you're constantly there doing your thing.
Yeah.
Going back to what we talked about in the very, very beginning, like how much effort and time your first year did you put, you know, do you think? Because I mean, you obviously worked hard before. You said you had 2 jobs doing all that craziness. So you're obviously a hard worker, but how much, I mean, you had to come from a job and then still do this, right?
Yeah. So, you know, I would wake up an hour before work, you know, I would get my post ready for the day. You know, I'd probably get like 2 to 5 post hours in the post during the day while I was at my job. So I could just copy and paste. So, you know, it'd be easy. And, you know, that would be before work. And then, you know, every time I had a little break in between, you know, I was promoting, I was replying to messages, you know, etc. And, you know, after work as well. So, you know, yeah, you have to make that necessary sacrifice, you know, to eventually quit one of those jobs. You know, that's exactly what I did. I quit one job, and then, you know, I had a lot more time to focus on my business. And, you know, all that effort and hard work, early mornings, late nights paid off eventually. And, you know, I was eventually able to quit both jobs, and now I do this full time. So,
Nice, nice. So yeah, so like most people think they need to, you know, go to their job, come home, and they like feel like they should reward themselves by sleeping or whatever, you know, or reward themselves by chilling and watch their favorite, you know, soap opera or, you know, reality TV show or whatever. So did you? I'm kind of curious too. I mean, did you watch any TV in that first couple of years? Hardly at all.
oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I watched some TV, but I had my phone in my hand. You know, I was
You're
working.
grinding while you're watching that TV.
Yeah. So.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so cool. So basically, at the end of the day, what you guys got to realize out there, if you guys have a job or whatever, there's no excuses. Like you just said, you woke up an hour early, got your post ready. You know, most people, they'll wake up early, watch the news for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have their coffee, chill a little bit. He woke up, got his post ready to rock and roll. And then that post that he did in the morning, I'm sure, was the reason why you were even responding to some comments and some messages and things like that throughout the day during, you know, while you were on, you know, doing your job or whatever. So, you know, that's the thing. You said the perfect thing that I always talk about. You said sacrifice now to play later. Literally, that's kind of what you said. It's like you got to put in the necessary sacrifices to, you know, get that lifestyle that you want. So what I want you guys to understand is that, you know, this is what's so good about all the guys that are on the board with me today. Like all these guys are literally, I would tell, like literally, you got to go back for those of you guys who know my Facebook. Literally, go back 3, 4, 5 years ago and see how I started and see what I did. You'll see the same freaking thing, man. Starting out from literally nothing, going to where we are today. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is, I want you guys to understand that there really is no excuses. You know what I mean? You're seeing the lifestyle that these guys get now. They make these crazy money. They have cars that they want. They get to do what they want. They literally do. They live a life that's unreal already for what they already are in or for their age and their you know that, you know, you're not going to join our program right now and then wake up tomorrow magically in their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Magically making the money they make. But if you put in the effort, I'm telling you, this is the best system, obviously, for you guys to, you know, to get that life that you absolutely want. So I'm going to move over to Dominic real quick. And then we'll run around one more time, probably real fast. Just give the last little. I can't believe it's been a freaking hour. You guys are crushing it.
Yeah.
All right, so Dominic, same question for you, brother. What is the reason why you wake up every day? And you're a PE teacher, so I know that you're putting in the time, you know, right after you get done or right before you start. You know, what's the reason why you are consistent in your online marketing, your business? And I can't see your face right now for some reason.
I can't see my face.
Yeah, I just see your picture.
Can you see me?
Not yet.
Can you see me?
Does it say your video's on right now?
Yeah.
Turn your video on and off real quick. Let's see if you pop back on. If not, then no biggie. You can just talk because I can still hear your audio.
Hold on. I thought I was on.
Hey, for those of you guys who are asking, will there be a replay? Of course, this page will absolutely have the replay on there for you guys within the next 24 hours. I mean, it's going to literally be live within the next few minutes after we get done. So that's going to be cool. Real quick, while he is looking to get his video on the right side, just do me a favor. Just say how fired up you are about the information that you've received today. Just let me know who's here. I see your guys' comments as I'm talking to. It's literally like right here on the left side of my screen. So let me know how much value you guys got so far. I think what we're gonna have to do is a during the week type of training webinar where they can really knock out some serious high level stuff for you guys. But at the end of the day, I see you guys' comments coming up. Fired up. Dan, Zach, Joseph. See you self-made over there. That's a cool name. Scott in the house over there. D-Tap. That's a cool name. Candy. Oh, I see you back. I see you, Dominic. You're back in action. Jaron, Marcy, Candy, Cheryl. I see you guys. Everybody's lit up over there for you guys. You guys have been sharing some massive value. So, Dominic, there you go. I see you now, boss. Basically, tell everybody real quick, man, why you wake up every single day excited about to make this happen in your life. Like, what's the deal? Why do you stay consistent when 99.9% of the other world doesn't?
Because I have a wife. Been married for almost 6 years now, and I have a 12-year-old son. He'll be 13 in January, and I just want the best for my family. I believe that they deserve, especially my wife, man. She's awesome, and I just believe she deserves the best, man. And that's my why. That is my why. I love my wife. I love my son, and I want the best for him. And I'm gonna, continue to grind. I get up 2 hours early before work, and after work I grind. Yes, I'm a PE teacher, so I grind over the summers, holidays. Whenever I get a chance, I do everything on my cell phone, on my iPhone. I don't hardly use a computer other than time I'm making a capture page with OSP or sending an email. But I'm just grinding. I'm just 2017. Just stacking my paper. That's it. A lot of people, they talk about a rainy day account, where I want a peace of mind account. So I'm just I got that from Darren Hardy. But yeah, I'm just stacking, man. I want the best for my family. If she wants something, she got it.
That's
if he
awesome.
wants something, he got it.
Amen, brother. So at the end of the day, it's your family. I mean, they drive you every single day. That's so awesome. And that's what you guys got to think about out there. Like, what's that one thing that's going to drive you? I mean, most of you guys probably watching this probably have a family. If you don't have a family, you probably have a future that you want, right? Because a lot of people have talked about they want the nicer things in life. Like, so start really visualizing having those things come into your life. Other than that, Dominic, it's like, as far as what you said, it's so powerful. It's like what Nico had to do when he started. It's like you wake up 2 hours early, put in some time, right? And then you said even after work, you put in some time as well. Like, do you read any kind of like mindset books or anything like that? Like, is there anything that like kind of pushes you a little bit even more? Like, do you read some leadership stuff or anything like that? Or are you just putting in the time and effort straight up?
No, I listen to audio in my car. Listen to Grant Cardone 10X, and then I listen to a lot of YouTube. I can plug my Bluetooth to my my car, and I just that's all I listen to is mindset.
Stay
I can
immersed.
listen to it all over. Yeah, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, but it's a lot of people that big people, actors, and that's all I do. You can go on Instagram and read all the people who put out motivational quotes. I just read that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And I just stay away from negativity, because I'm allergic to it. I don't deal with negativity. I don't complain. I just keep going.
I love that. I'm allergic to it.
People. You gotta own up to your life. We control our own destiny, and I know where I'm going. And I look up to all you guys right here on the panel, and I think I'm like Jim Rome, right? When Jim Rome said, he when he talked about he made on his fortune equal to his job. So I'm just holding on, and then I'm gonna eventually let it go. But
what's your goal
right now?
What's your goal as far as like when you want to go full time, with your network marketing and online?
Sure, I'm 10K, 15K.
Once you hit that, then you're good. You're
about that.
You're you're getting up there quick.
Right. Yeah. So I want if my wife, she choose to, she's a teacher also, and I want her to be there with me.
That's cool. And you said it was funny. We were talking the other day. Nobody even knows, like on your Facebook or like that you talk about in the business. Like they didn't even know you're a PE teacher. That's crazy.
No, no, I just grind it out. I believe no matter who signs your paycheck, whatever, if you an affiliate, online sales pro, you work at Walmart, you are the CEO of your own, your finances.
Mm-hmm. You gotta stay on top of it. That's money. That is money, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming on here too. All right, so I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna run through one more time. It's gonna be the last, like, if somebody came to you and they're brand new, all right. I'm gonna go with Nick. We're gonna start with Nick, and then we're gonna run right through real quick. If they came to you and they were brand new and they're like, I want to be able to make money on the internet like you, like, what's the first tip that you would give me? Like, what would your first tip? Everybody asks this question, which is like almost impossible to answer. But Nick, what would be like something you would tell them? Like, what do I need to know, Nick? How do I make that happen?
First thing that I would say, get this book, The Magic of Thinking Big.
Okay.
And get nonstop, because success is really just a reprogramming of your mind, and you're either programming your own mind or it's being programmed for you. And whether we realize it or not, everything in the physical world right now has been a direct result of our best thinking up until this point. So no matter how much money you're making right now, the relationships that you're in, everything else and every other aspect of your life has been a result of your thinking. So like Dominic was saying, he's allergic to negativity. A lot of people out there, they don't believe that it's even possible to make money. So in order for me to give you the strategies, you first have to change the thought process to believe that it's possible. So the Magic of Thinking Big will do that. Not only that, but let's say they get started with Online Sales Pro. I would recommend them to plug into the morning mindset calls, right? To plug into all the calls that Grady are doing, to the webinars that we are hosting right here. When you're fully immersed and you're doing the personal development, you're learning, you're studying, you're going to have a shift in your paradigm. Because when I was 19 years old and I was first starting, man, my paradigm was screwed up. I was partying nonstop. I was in a fraternity. I was looking for that next party, just getting drunk on the weekends and everything. And once I finally opened my mind up to the possibilities out there, then I started literally brainwashing myself with personal development, listening to Jim Rohn like 24/7, listening to Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, all of those guys, and just constantly like listening to audios. And for me personally, I hate reading. Okay. I hate it. I'm like ADD. I can't sit down and focus, but I started small. I started with like a page a day. Then I worked up to 10 pages per day. Then I worked up to 20, then 30 pages per day. Now I read for a couple hours per day, and understand as well, before I pass it off, that it's a combination. I see, Josh is getting some notifications right there. So, making my way to webinars right now, and it comes when you're doing the mindset and everything, people start hearing about the law of attraction, right? Well, law of attraction, action is a part of that, right? And, passion and action on fire is better than knowledge on ice. So if you feel like you're kind of going through the personal development, you're like, okay, Nick, I understand that, you got to grow your mind in order to grow your income, but how do I make money, right? I need to make money. You just got to take action, man. You got to get out there and you got to, ready. I say, get ready, you fire, and then you aim. Most people, they get ready, they aim. They never fire. They never do anything, and they overwhelm themselves. So I would say, do this. Okay. So if you're kind of stuck up in your head, right, and you're kind of holding yourself back from taking action, take your phone. It doesn't have to be a nice camera, and record yourself on video teaching everything that you've learned up until this point inside of your business. Okay. And you don't even have to post the video. You don't even have to post it. Okay. This is what I did when I first started. I was so afraid of like speaking. I was so afraid of sharing information because I wasn't making any money. I didn't have any results. I didn't believe that people would listen to me. But once I started recording the videos, I didn't post them at first. I just kept them on my phone. But that allowed me to free up, those thoughts in my head and get them out there. And that actually built my confidence and my excitement, because you don't need all the information in the world. Right? Albert Einstein said it's better to use, your thought process, your mind, for creative thinking than it is for a warehouse of facts. And most people think that they need to understand all these facts, all these numbers and everything to make money. But the reality is, if you just put it out there, that information out there, and you force yourself to, become comfortable with the uncomfortable, and, you record that video, you put it out there, then that will allow you to, build up your confidence and your excitement, because those two things right there is what's going to build your business, not knowledge and information, all this stuff. That will help you reprogram your thought process. But yeah, man, I mean, it's pretty insane what can happen when you, decide to listen to the people who have what you want. That was a big thing for me too. Just plugging in with those who have the results, because everyone has an opinion about everything. Like they say, opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people out there, their opinions, aren't really based on results. And when I would listen to people who didn't have the results that I wanted, and I realized that, okay, well, if I do what they do, say what they say, I'm going to get what they get. And throughout my whole life, I was just doing the things that people who didn't have the results that I wanted. Once I shifted that, and I started just following people like yourself and all the other guys on this, and the people who are actually hustling, who are grinding, and I surrounded myself with other people that were more motivated than me, then naturally that's what allowed me to, make more money. So I understand that people, they want that tactical answer, they want that one specific thing to make money, but it's just a shift in thinking that's going to transition to everything else.
Funny how that went back to the mindset question, because really that's at the end of the day. It's so good. You said everything that you have up into your life is because of the way that you've been thinking, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said?
Yep.
It's like, that's so true. Like, our life right now, the one we're living, is exactly what our brain thought it was going to be like, because that's all we pushed ourselves to. That's crazy. I'm actually going to get that book now, because I never even heard of that book before. That's good stuff. But man, shoot, at the end of the day, Nick, I don't even you're killing it over there, bro. Like, I can obviously tell you've been putting in your time and the mindset stuff, man. It's like good. Like, I can't believe, at your age that you're even talking about this stuff. 24 years old, like, just talking about getting a book and all that stuff. It's just so cool for me to see. So much deserved on your last month. 60 G's, bro. What does it even feel like to make 60 grand in a month at 24 years old?
You know what's crazy, man? I was more excited when I made my first $100 online.
Yeah.
Than when I made 60 grand. And it's crazy because most people think that once they get to that level, they're going to be like, oh my God, like, it's just kind of like, I'm sure I'm excited, but at the same time, it's like, I'm more excited to help those of you on this webinar right now earn your first dollar inside of your business, generate your first leads and everything. Cause that's what gets people fired up. Like, once someone sees that it's possible to make money online, whether it's a penny, $1 or $10 or $100, then, they're more motivated to put in that work to get to that level, whether they want to make, 5, 10, 15, 20 grand per month. Like, understand that, I'm just going to save, I'm going to invest into it. I'm not going to go blow it on like a house, a car or something. Sure. I'm like taking a vacation. I'm actually going to Thailand next month with my girlfriend for a few weeks. So sweet. Saw your guys' video. So that was awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you're going to make an awesome one as well. Yeah, Nick was talking to me. I was like, there's different places here. He was like, where should I go and this and that? And he was like, we were just casually talking. He's like, yeah, money's not an issue. I'm like, obviously. It's like 60 G's at 24 years old with like no commitment, still living in his parents' house, which is nuts. I was like, do not tell your parents that you made 60 grand. Like, they're going to freak out. They're like, what are you doing? But no, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, man, it's so cool that you can literally, just because you have an online business, you don't have any, attachments to anywhere in the world. You can just go pick up and go to Thailand. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so cool, the freedom of it. You know what I mean? Your girl, like, what has she been thinking? Like, of all this stuff?
Kind of blown away. Just like, how is this even possible? But I'm trying to get her into this, get her that mindset of marketing so she can do it with me too. So when we're traveling, she's, working the business as well.
She's probably just like, this is crazy. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. So it's so cool for her to. How long have you guys been together?
Since December.
Oh, so that's a pretty new relationship then.
Closing up on a year. Yeah.
That's cool. A year at 24 years. That's a long time at 24.
Yeah, man.
That's wild. Good stuff, brother. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the line, man. You can stick around if you want or whatever, but I'm just going to go through and then we'll finish up after this. But if you guys got a lot of value from Nick, go ahead and say Nick rocks or Nick's awesome or whatever you guys want to say over there in the comments. He's checking out the comments as well. But let him know how much value that he brought you today. So, all right, let's move over here to Josh real quick. It's going on an hour and 20 minutes. So, I told you guys, it's hard for me to get an hour-long webinar in. But But Josh, what do you think, man? You know, if somebody walked up to you or talked to you on the internet and they said, "What's the one thing, brother? How do I make it happen? How did you make $14,000? What do I need to do, man? Like, how did you make 14,000 last month? What's the deal? Like, what would you tell them to do?"
I have a couple things that I'd probably tell them. The first thing is kind of like how Nick said. You know, you got to follow people that have results, and you got to do what they're doing. You can't just go around. You got to find the right mentor, the right sponsor, or and even the right company like Online Sales Pro to work with. You know, because if you just go up and you sign up with some random person and you're just signing up and you're not really signing up with somebody that's creating value for you, then you're setting yourself up for a failure. For me, it was a bit harder. I had a sponsor and he helped me out a bit, but he was also a bit new to Online Sales Pro. And I got started right after he did. So, I kind of had to figure things out on my own. I learned that, you learn from the two M's, mistakes and mentors. So I made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, like I said earlier. But, because of that, it's a lot easier for new people like you guys or people that haven't been getting a lot of results to find a mentor and learn from their mistakes. And then another thing, too, is like what Nick said with books. So 3 books that, really impacted my life. The first one is Think and Go Rich. That's going to help you guys, kind of rewire your mindset, to learn, how to think more like an entrepreneur instead of an employee. The second one is, How to Win and Influence Friends. I guarantee probably a lot of you guys read that one right there. And, those are important skills. You got to be able to communicate with people. You got to be able to talk with people. You got to be a likable person. If you, one of the biggest things that will kill you is if you have an ego in business. If you come off as, this person that has a huge ego, who thinks they're all that, nobody's going to want to work with you. And then the third book, I actually just finished up. I wish I would have read this months ago, but it's The Psychology of Persuasion. So this book right here, that's what sales is, persuasive, how much value you can provide to somebody else. Why should they want to work with you? What can you provide them? And you got to, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you got to be able to show people that you care and show people that you want to help them get results. And I think that's one of the main things. And then the last thing that I would say, when you're starting your online business, is you need to brand yourself. Everything in life is sales. So if you don't learn sales, you're screwed. The first thing you need to sell is pretty much yourself. And I'm not saying that in a weird way, but your image is what people are looking at when they decide if they want to work with you or if they want to team with you. So if you go on my Instagram page and every single picture had nothing to do with me and every single picture was just a quote, I'm not building a connection with any of my followers. So you got to have the perfect balance between, posting quotes, posting pictures of yourself, posting videos of yourself, but you got to become a likable person. And people got to look at you and they got to somewhat feel a bit envious. I want something that he has. How can I do that? And when you use those strategies, that's when people are going to hit you up and want to work with you. So, with traditional marketing, most people, they go out and they're, trying to recruit people, hey, come over here, check this out. They're going out trying to get others. But when you sell yourself and you make yourself a likable person, you provide value and you assert yourself, as an authority, you assert yourself as, a professional. Don't go in there and act with the mindset that, oh, I'm a newbie, I suck, I can't do anything. You got to go in there, learn everything you can, do some personal development, and then you're going to come off with authority. Even when I was making $500 a month, I acted like I was making 10 grand a month, because I asserted myself as a leader, people wanted to work with me. So I would say, like I said, learn how to read books, study that, learn persuasion, become a likable person, provide value to people. And I think when you do that, that's what's going to help you make a lot of sales. If you look at any of these guys' Instagram pages or Facebook pages, all of them have, a lifestyle, or all of them are providing value that, people like to see. And, a lot of people, a common question I get asked is, oh, what if I'm not living the lifestyle yet? How can I make money if I'm not living the lifestyle? It doesn't matter if you're not living the lifestyle. You can use leverage. Leverage Vincent's lifestyle, leverage Nick's lifestyle. Leverage people that are getting the results that you want from the business. And just because you don't have the lifestyle doesn't mean you still can't, post quality photos. Don't half-ass the photos. Excuse my language, but don't half-ass the photos that you post. If you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to treat you like a hobby, and hobbies don't pay you anything. So, take your, social media serious, take your marketing serious, and you're going to get the results that you want.
Amen, brother. Killing it as usual. You know, at the you know that brings me back to something somebody said. What can I post and what can I push out there for content and things like that? It's like, as you guys have heard already, everybody here is like reading books. You know, bringing in massive value into their lives. You know what I'm saying? Or even reading Instagrams and watching YouTube videos. One of the main sources that I get all my inspiration from is a lot of YouTube videos. You know, so you know, if you don't have any value to provide, that means you haven't put in the effort, right, to actually bring value into your life so you can actually share it. You know, because at the end of the day, it's literally all we're doing is putting ourselves out there, actually focusing and studying something that actually matters and it's actually going to level us up. And then we will come out there and we share that with you guys. You know, we didn't know this stuff until we actually put ourselves and immersed ourselves in the actual knowledge that we needed. So good stuff, brother. Good stuff, man. Everybody's killing it. So Nico, brother, what do you think, man? What happens? I know this happens to you guys all the time. What happens when somebody messages you or comes up to you and says, dude, what's the one thing, man? What's the magic secret that I need to know to crush it like you do?
I would say that you need to be everywhere. You know, you need to be on Snapchat, you need to be on Instagram, you need to be on Facebook, you know, you need to be on whatever the new trend is, you know, online, you need to be on it, you know, like Facebook Live, Instagram stories, you know, you need to be everywhere because at the end of the day, it's just a numbers game. You know, I talk to about 500 people a week, like 300 say no, 150 say maybe. And, you know, I get those 50 yeses, and those 50 yeses, you know, that's a lot of money still, you know, and those 150 maybes will probably still think about it, and they'll come around next week or, you know, the week after that. And eventually you're building up new people to join every single week. So, you know, you got a cycle going, you got it going, and the money just starts really flowing in. And, you know, find a top earner in that business that you're in. And, you know, like everybody else, that just mimic what they're doing. Just put your own little spin to it. You know, you could copy their statuses or whatever. Just, you know, add a little you in there. Just, you know, put your own little spin into it. So, you know, that's what I would say to somebody that's new to joining.
I like that, especially the leveraging leaders thing. So like that's huge. That's what I did when I started. I started, you know, looking at the people that had what I wanted and started literally. You take their posts. You don't really copy them, like you said, but you take their idea of the posts that they're doing or the pictures and stuff. You take the ideas and you utilize what they're doing and put it on your own stuff. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, we're all taking information that we've learned and we're copying it. Even what we're talking about right now, it's like we've taken that information and we're bringing it back out to you guys on what we've learned. And so, you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, that's just so powerful for you guys to think about that concept, is leveraging other leaders, leveraging the people that are in your current businesses. What are they doing? Why are they crushing it? Start thinking of everything as a marketer and not a consumer. Don't take in their information as if it was what they wanted to kind of put out there. Take it in and think about what they're thinking about before they're even posting that. Why are they typing that through? Why are they posting that particular image? You know, why did they put that video out there? And that's one of the main things that's going to really level you guys up. So good stuff, Nico. Good stuff, brother. I forgot Josh on the last one. Put over there on the comments how much you loved what Josh said, and then put on the comments how much you love what Nico said, and just tell them how much you guys are fired up. I saw all your guys' comments for Nick earlier. So keep rolling and rocking over there, as you guys can see. Dominic, last one, brother. What do you tell people? I know that you know, you're in between, you know, teaching and things like that and all that. I know these people are asking you, man, how can you do this and that? And how are you making that kind of money? Because 6,000, you said you made 6,000 last month, dude. That's like, I know you said, like, when you said that, you know, I'm trying to get to your guys' level, but 6,000 is insane, brother. Like, even though these guys have made a lot of money, 6,000 is nuts. Like 90% of people, 95, 99% of people don't make that. You know, on the internet, because they just don't put in the time and effort like we've been talking about. Like 6,000 is serious money. So, you know, what would you tell somebody that comes up to you and asks you, man, what's your secret sauce, brother? How can I get there? How can I get to that level?
I would definitely say exposure, man. You got to get your business out there. And you know, I have several Facebook accounts. I read this book called Laptop Millionaire by Mark Anastasia, and he, you know, strategies and stuff like that. And I realized that you really got to get your business out there. If nobody, you know, nobody knows your business, you know, nobody know who you are. And, you know, generating leads, you have to generate leads. I don't care how you do it. You know, if you go into social media strategies, go to, you know, Vincent, he has specific scripts. You can start messaging people just real quick, you know, tell people you just launched a new business, and they'll be like, hey, what is it? Like, hey, it's really lucrative. Check out my link. you know, watch the video, you know, follow up with them. It's just as simple as that. Generate leads, exposure, you know.
I love that. We should get tattoos written on our somewhere. Exposure. Do it for the exposure. We actually in LA, we were my videographer is Mexican. I'm actually half Mexican, but the way he said exposure was hilarious. So we started always talking about. He says exposure. We were just busted. We were busted.
Advertisement
It's so true.
Advertisement is everywhere. It's on TV, it's on the radio, it's everywhere. Facebook is, I'm saying Facebook because that's, you know, that's where I generate the most income. But Facebook is, it's your own commercial. You have your own commercial space. You build your friends list, build your followers. You know, people are gonna be watching you. You know, they might not sign up now, but you know, I have people sign up 5, 6, 7, 8 months down the line. You know, so you got to be consistent. You have to be consistent, you know. And success leaves clues. Like Nico said, just mimic, you know what the top marketer is doing. Success leaves clues, you know.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys, over here on the comments or on this side, whatever side it is, let Dominic know how much he brought to your life as well. And then just comment for everybody, say how much you guys loved it, because obviously everybody's checking out the comments. But bring it full circle real quick. Dominic, what Nico and you both said was the reality of constantly being out there and present, right? And staying there on there, like everybody's been saying. But, you know, just really bring this back home is every single person on this webinar has all said that. It's really about that exposure. How much are you actually out there? You know, a lot of people expect to have results and they haven't put themselves out there. They're scared. They're a little bit nervous of it. What was a really good tip that Nick said was that he actually did videos and did content, didn't put it out there yet because he wasn't really comfortable with it, but that gave him the confidence after he started doing it and after he started putting it out there. So I want you guys to understand that you have to do whatever it takes really to put yourself out there in front of the world. And as you can see, every single person on this panel talked about reading and implementing the knowledge that they brought into their lives. So it really comes down to the mindset before you're really going to crush it in anything. Of course, you can make some sales and things like that utilizing our marketing only without having the mindset. But then you guys got to understand you're only going to get to a certain level, right? You're only going to get to this certain point. It really comes down to the reality. These leads, these people that come in are real people. You know, we say leads, and a lot of people misconstrue that a little bit when they talk about leads. They, like I said earlier, they think about them on an Excel file or an email list. They're real people making real decisions. You know, we can only do so much. We can only make such great sales videos. We can only make such great sales funnels. But the reality is people want to have that connection. You know, it's only so many times where people will go through a sales video and just purchase right away without knowing anybody, right? But when you actually build up that, you know, value out there, and like I said, Nico and Dominic said this right here. They were talking about how, like, when you put in the effort, it starts to compound, right? And so, you know, they might not join this week, but if you keep staying consistent, they might join next week or the next week or the next week or the next week. It's the same thing that all these guys do here. They're constantly pumping and feeding value out there. So you never know when somebody's going to join. I have people join my business that have been on my email list for 2 years and they finally join, right? So that's the crazy thing. People are like, how do you always make these sales now? I mean, why is it always happening? You know, in my life, for example, it's because I've constantly built up this amount of value in my email list, and I've constantly give value to the people that are following me. And so it's like a constant compound effort. The people that didn't join a week ago maybe join 2 months from now. The people that didn't join 2 months from now might join 2 years from now. It's because I've been constantly putting in the effort. Consistency is really the message that I want to get across to you guys from this webinar, right? Because the reality is every single one of these guys, and that's why it was so exciting for me and why I literally couldn't sleep last night and I got up at 5 a.m. is because these guys that are on this webinar with me right now are the epitome of exactly what I have done through my entire, you know, I guess it's been almost, I'd say 8 to 9 years, probably almost 10 years now of dabbling on the internet. But literally, if you go back and you look at my Facebooks and you look at everything I've done, you will see there isn't months at a time where I'm, you know, absent. You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly there feeding and putting in the value and constantly bringing in stuff into my life and pushing it back out to the world. Every single day that I wake up, I go find something on the internet to learn so I can bring it back out to the world. Our latest and greatest thing that we've been doing is Instagram. I finally figured out that Instagram is probably the hottest marketing tool right now on the internet, literally for exposure in the sense of like the look and the credibility. Once you have followers, for some reason, people think that you're so credible on Instagram versus Facebook nowadays or whatever. So that's the reality. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be teaching, because all these guys are starting. These guys, right? I think Dominic is the only one that's not really heavy on Instagram right now. Is that the case right now? Are you guys all pretty heavy on Instagram? Yep. All right. So Dominic's the only one that's not heavy on Instagram yet. So obviously he's going to be moving into it. But Instagram is just a huge platform. So what I want to do is I want to start bringing guys like this on that are using Instagram with me really heavily, and bring some value, guys, to you. Say Instagram over there on the right side if you guys want to do some training with these guys that have been doing Instagram like I have lately. Because it's been my number one source in everything that we've been doing lately for leads and things like that. But it's staying in time, like Nico said it great as well. It's staying in tune with the trend, staying in times with what's going on right now. And Instagram really is the hot source. And to be honest, I think it's about halfway to being done right now. So we're catching it like in its halfway thing, and we're going to ride this thing for probably a year or so, I would think, for Instagram. And then something else is going to pop up, I would think. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know how deep into it really is, because, like, for example, I know a guy named Jason Stone. His Instagram tag's Millionaire Mentor or whatever. He's got like 2 million followers. He said now it is 10 times harder to market on Instagram now than it was just like a year ago. Right. But it's still the best option. Right. And so a year from now, it's going to be 10 times harder. So that's really the way that things move in this world. And that's why we're always staying on top of things. That's why it's so important for you to always stay plugged into cultures and communities like ours, so you know what the latest and greatest trend is and what you need to utilize moving forward. So I see you guys over there commenting Instagram like crazy, which is awesome. So yeah, we'll be doing some training for you guys as well. Break that down into a lot of really cool value for you guys coming up in the very, very near future as well. So other than that, appreciate you boys for being on the line with me. Thank you guys so much for sharing the value with the members and all the new guys and gals that are out there. And other than that, I hope you guys got a lot of value. Normally, I'll be pumping and playing music, but I think my kids are still sleeping upstairs. I think I hear one of them over here already awake. But, you know, they wake up at like 1 and 2. And our schedule's crazy because I'm an entrepreneur. So it's kind of like go to bed whenever we want, wake up whenever we want, which is so much fun. So we have a blast at night or whatever. And so at the end of the day, I want you guys to know, you know, if you take this seriously, if you take what we're sharing with you seriously, you will have the freedom like these guys are getting in their lives right now, right? The freedom really is the thing that we're all after. We want to be able to buy what we want, do what we want, go where we want, and literally have the life that we want. And that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal to be able to actually achieve and attain that no matter what. In the normal corporate world, in the 9-to-5 world, that's not possible. You cannot do what you want to do in the 9-to-5 world 24/7 like you can when you actually utilize an online business. You can be anywhere you want. That's the magic. So you can take this with you. Cell phone is all you really need once you get things set up and really moving forward. And so that's the exciting part. So click the button below if you're watching this live with us, or if you're watching this on the replay and there's a button below, if there's a button somewhere up above to get started or whatever, make sure you click that and get started today. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. All right, nothing to lose. That's the magic. You know, it's really a free test drive in a way. We just want to make sure that you are serious, and so you actually will put in your credit card, take action. It's only $37 a month to get started. Every single time you share it, you make $20 a month. So you only need 2 people and you make your money back plus some, which is crazy. That doesn't happen in any business, especially for a software solution. Most software companies share like 10 to 20%, things like that. We share over 50%. You're never going to find that ever in another company. So like I said, click the button below, click it above, wherever it may be. If you're watching this replay somewhere else, and get started. Simple. 30-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose, right? So that's the magic that we have here too for you guys. And other than that, you're going to dive in. You're going to go through the step-by-step training. You're going to know exactly what to do moving forward, and you're going to get massive value from guys like this over the course of, you know, the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, however long you guys join us for. So I'm going to go get a drink and eat and go actually get a Christmas tree with my family. We go get fresh Christmas trees every year, so I'm super excited for that, and I'm getting called over here right now, so I'm gonna go. And I appreciate you guys so much one more time, You know, I hope you guys have amazing holidays and things like that. We'll probably do another webinar probably before Christmas and things like that too. So don't worry, we'll be around a lot moving forward, working on a lot of new things, new sales videos, new footage, new all kinds of stuff. So we're always growing, always grinding, and always making sure that we have the best solution for you guys. All right, so we'll talk to you very soon. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you guys on the next one.